This is part 2 of the Wilton Vise here. So we got both parts with the paint boiled off of them. And I got the end cap off of the back half of it. And it's pretty sad looking. So I was going to throw that in the lathe and sand it up a bit. I don't know if I'm going to machine anything really off of it. It is chipped up pretty bad. Anyway, also got the main screw here, and we're going to throw that in the lathe and clean it up. I don't think I'll take a face cut on it, but might as well clean it up. But in order to do that, I got to use my 3-jaw chuck, and as you can see, the elements sure got to it living outside. I did coat it in some rust preventative, but apparently that didn't work. So the outside of it is pretty roached, but it still works. So I'm just going to take some sandpaper and turn it on and go around it. At a later date, I will have to probably blow this thing apart and thoroughly clean it and grease it. However, that is not this day. So I do have a 4-jaw for this, but the 3-jaw is just easier at the moment to just throw in some parts and sand them, or take a little cut on them. So yeah, so let me put you in the stand and we'll clean it up a bit here. All right, and if you're wondering, you guys are actually on the cutting board. You guys are a camera stand. Isn't that handy? A little bit about the lathe. It is a 37 Atlas lathe, I believe. These belt covers, these belt covers were an accessory. Safety was an accessory. So I got all the gearing with it. You can cut threads with it. You got a reverse switch for the motor there. You got tailstock. You got a follow rest and a steady rest. And I bought this little quick tool changer off of eBay for like $100, but it kind of sucks. So I'm gonna have to look at something different there. Anyway, let's make sure it's focused. Okay, so I'm gonna get some sandpaper here. Whoops, if I don't make all the wood crash down here. Alright, this is just some 120 grit. Oh, God, that's terrible. Well, that looks a little bit better. It's not great, I know, but I'll have to get some of that Evapo-Rest, maybe? Some Evapo-Rest or something. So, and you want to be sure, whenever you're working with a lathe, do not leave the chuck key in the chuck. Don't do it. It'll fly out and you'll look like an idiot. Just don't do it. All right, so yeah, I don't know if I'll face that. perfectionist, excuse me, if I was a perfectionist, I might, but yeah, we'll probably just leave that alone. And I'm sorry if my arm is blocking your view. I'm trying to work around you guys here. So I cleaned up. Not too bad. I mean, she's old, so gotta cut her a break once in a while. And so far, the only thing I have used this thing for is sanding, which I'm kind of saddened, but I'm hoping I'm going to get some more tooling for it so I can actually cut some stuff here. I mean, I got a little boring bar and a little insert tool, but those are all those are both right-handed cut, and I want left-handed. So I'll have to do that. I know I could grind my own, but man, it is nice just to flop an insert and away you go. So, where the heck did my sandpaper go? There it is. That doesn't look too bad. Oh, on the bed here, somebody cut it big. I think when the Ford jaw's on it, you could swing something a bit bigger if you wanted. The guy I got this from said he used to make VW parts on it in his garage. So I need to buy a manual for it, and I need to go through it and clean it, and you know, a lot of projects to do around here. So let's get this out. And it looks like, okay, I'm gonna say the original color of the Vise, where are you here, is this orange here on the very tip of this, because crap, where did that go? Oh, on the end of the main screw here is also orange. You can see a faint orange on the very end of that. So I have the color orange to choose from, or the color red, and I do like red. So I'm kind of distraught as to what color, either the red, because it's kind of a burnt red, kind of, or the orange, because I'm kind of digging the orange here, and I do like keeping things original. So, although you think if there was more orange to it, I would find more orange up and around the body of it. I don't know if that's like their primer they used or what. So I guess we'll find that out. But anyway, you can still buy jaws for this. And I think it's like Wilton parts.net or something. I can leave a link down in the description below here. But I got both of the screws on the main body weren't even in there, and the threads look like they're okay. So I don't know why they went ahead and welded the jaw in. The other one, I got one of the screws out and the other one's still in there, so I might have to take that to work and drill it out, or I could probably try to rig up something here and drill it out with my little drill here. But a pair of aluminum jaws for this are only 40 bucks, and then the hardened, like the serrated that's on there, they're $60, which isn't too bad. I mean, honestly, this is like a couple $100 vise, and I mean, you're not gonna wear out a set of jaws. I might even just clean these ones up and bolt them back on there. So, I mean, they still got plenty of grip on them. They're just ugly, and we don't want it. So, I'm gonna keep working on here. If you guys would like to know more about the lathe, let me know down below, and I'll give you a full rundown on the old gal. I am very happy to have her, even though my wife is not as thrilled because she doesn't like big industrial equipment. Who would have thought that? But it's just a little bench top. I do have the base plate for it here, and then a 4-jaw. So I got a 3-jaw, 4-jaw, the base plate. I do have a chuck for the tailstock. This steady rest seems to be homemade, but I mean, it'll work. A lot of the Atlas stuff is actually a little spendy. I do want to get one of those adapters to where you can put an end mill in the chuck, and then you could mill on your oh my gosh, your saddle. You can mill on the saddle, not the saddle, but on your tool post holder there. So it does need, it needs some love, but in the meantime, it works awesome. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll let you know, or I'll keep you updated on the Vise and anything else that happens around here. So thanks for watching.